The first cases were identified a couple of weeks ago, or first elements in the water supply. There have since been 3 cases that were suspected, have now been confirmed. When polio does strike, it can spread very, very quickly. Right now, we're looking at small numbers of cases, but look, a large proportion of the population, and this is children under 5 who are largely affected by polio, have not been vaccinated over the past 10 months due to the situation. So real fears that on top of everything else your correspondent was referring to, the bombardments, the displacement, the lack of food, and the lack of water, that we could now be facing another killer, which is polio, on top of all the other infectious diseases which people are facing. And let's not forget that the re-emergence of polio after a quarter of a century is a direct result of the condition that people find themselves in right now inside Gaza.
Talk to us about efforts to get these humanitarian pauses. Your agency and WHO are saying we need 2 7-day periods to inoculate young ones. Any progress in getting an agreement on that?
It doesn't appear to be yet that any progress has been made. I mean, we're faced with constant bombardments. I'm in the middle area of Gaza right now. There are evacuation orders and bombardments in the north, in the east, and to the south. And of course, to the west is the sea. The continued attacks as well in the north, people on the move constantly as well. So right now, no progress in securing those pauses. We continue to call and insist and advocate for them, because without them it will be very difficult to ensure a successful polio vaccination campaign. We need to reach about 95% of children during the campaign if the vaccines are to stand any chance of success. We will do our best. UNRWA, the organization that I work for, has continued to deliver health services through thick and thin throughout this conflict, with its health points, with our health centers, and with our health points, our mobile health points. We're going to throw everything at this, but we do need an environment in which we can move around, in which people are able to attend clinics and attend health points to get those vaccines.
So are you able to give vaccinations, albeit under very difficult circumstances at the moment?
We have not started the campaign yet. We're providing health services, primary health services across Gaza. Those we're able to provide, but we're playing a cat and mouse game where health centres open, then they're forced to close, then the population is forced to move somewhere else, then the services have to follow them round. So it's an intensely difficult, complicated and dangerous operation to continue delivering services right now. We're confident that we can do it. We've identified over 1,000 staff in UNRWA who will work on the vaccinations, on the communications, on the registration of people. But right now we will do our best, but it remains incredibly difficult in these conditions.
Thank you so much for that update. Sam Rose is Director of Planning at the United Nations Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA.